Some condo developers in Canada are thinking of doing something that was once considered the unimaginable, and that is eliminating balconies. While many consider an outdoor space an integral part of high-rise living, Ben Myers said that he is asked more frequently about the value proposition behind balconies from developers, with an eye to either dropping the costly perk or converting the less lucrative square footage into an indoor space wherever possible. They said they are doing their due diligence. It does not mean that every developer is going to come up with projects without balconies, but they're certainly investigating whether it makes sense to do it on a few suites and try it out on a building to see what the results are. Toronto-based Lantura Development is one firm that has already implemented the idea. Its development at 50 Scollard Street, a 41-story, 133-unit condominium in Toronto's Yorkville neighborhood, does not include balconies, instead opting for a handful of private terraces and Juliet windows. The main driver of this decision is cost, but it is not the only factor. They have also factored in problems balconies create when it comes to energy efficiency, they say. Instead of private outdoor spaces for every unit at 50 Scollard, Lantura Developments has designed large shared terraces on the podium level, a feature that has become standard throughout their projects. They say that residents in the building can still enjoy indoor-outdoor spaces, but it's done so that we're all sharing it together. We basically create parks in the sky on the podium that serves as a beautiful outdoor space that everyone wants. So based off their calculations, the average 72 square foot balcony can cost anywhere from $8,000 to $20,000 to create, which is ultimately an expense that the buyer has to take on. They continue to say that balconies are expensive and quite frankly aren't actually used all year round, which is true if you live in Canada. They continue by saying when you look at most balconies and you see a 3-foot deep balcony, you can't do anything with it. You're not dining out there. Barbecues are not allowed due to building codes. It ends up being a sort of auxiliary space that doesn't really add value to a person's unit or their lifestyle. Yet it's a significant cost with respect to the cost of the building. There were so many things that were said in that statement that just didn't sit with me right, but this isn't about me, so we'll talk about that after. On the other hand, many are arguing that a condo without a balcony doesn't have that same value or purpose for them. Without a balcony, it is really hard to consider living in a condo, especially in consideration of the condo square footage that is being offered nowadays. Ted Kessick, professor of building science at the University of Toronto, said in an email, "Imagine yourself shut in as a result of the pandemic, old age, or some health condition. Your only convenient access to the outdoors would be a balcony, and under these circumstances, it would likely be considered priceless." They further said that people will decide with their wallet if a unit with a balcony is worth it for them or if it's not. I think in any market, there's always certain people that value different things. Some people might say that if a balcony costs $30,000, I will take a unit that does not come with a balcony and save $30,000. If my rent is $150 a month less and I have to sacrifice a balcony, I'd rather save $150 a month and take the unit without the balcony. So all those comments and all those points were shared in an article. On the bottom of the article, they had a Q&A page where people were allowed to share their comments and ask questions, and they're actually quite entertaining, but a lot of them just shared good and solid concern, and I wanted to share some of those with you. So this one's quite entertaining, just the way it was shared. A lot of exclamation marks, by the way. They said that get rid of windows also. Crack up the density. Squeeze more profits out of people. Since you can get rid of balconies and next to windows, why not go underground 10 units and live below ground level for the rest of our life? Money versus quality of life. The next one said, where will I grow my 4 legal pot plants if I don't have a balcony? Having a balcony is an absolute must for me, not even a discussion point. Can't imagine all those Torontonians who were caged in their apartments for nearly 6 months during COVID lockdowns would rush to embrace this idea. So I live in a condo, and one of the main reasons why I love living in my condo is the fact that I have access to an outdoor space. I don't use it as much as maybe I would like to, but the fact that I have the ability to access it is also very friendly. And a lot of people use a balcony as an extra storage if they don't have a locker. But the professional side of me does understand that if you want to save $30,000 and sacrifice getting a balcony, you should be allowed to do so, but ultimately it should be in the purchaser's hand and maybe not the builder. Let's see how that goes. Now, I have already seen and shown a lot of my clients condos that have terraces that were converted into sunrooms, kind of, in the sky, and the space is not all that bad. That being said, I'm curious to know what you think about this article. Can you imagine yourself living without a terrace, or would you prefer to save $30,000, let's say, and give up your terrace? Let me know in the comments below. See you in the next video. Signing out, Moaeez Rehman.